And we're live. What is going on, everybody? My name is Nikki Smoke, joined by my co-host Bobby. You are listening to the Smoke Show. It is a beautiful Monday, August 1st. Your boy just graduated college. We're
Yes,
buzzing right
sir.
now. I'm celebrating with an ice cold water because I'm on those big boy tanks.
Salud, brother. Congratulations. That's fucking
Thank
huge.
you. Yeah, I finally got that piece of paper I could hang up on my wall and still have people not email me back about open positions. But it's all gravy. Life's
Feel
good.
you.
I think we might as well just get into this shit. Let's just
We
start
have
with
to.
Deshaun Watson. Let's address the elephant in the room. We have to talk about it. Look, it's a Miami Dolphins podcast. The Miami Dolphins took the heat for this guy for over a year, and then we just let him go. And now that he only got 6 games, do you feel like a bigger clown or what?
Man, dude. Only 6 games. It's kind of crazy because you're going to get him for what? Did he sign a 5-year deal? He's going to miss 6
Dude.
games for 5 years? Like, that's a steal. And as soon as this shit is done with, as soon as he serves that suspension and gets back on the field, it's going to be over with. I mean, like,
Yep.
people make Big Ben jokes, like Big Ben rapist guy, but like no one thinks about that shit after that suspension's over with and it's all in the past. It's all gravy from there. So we really did take the brunt of the criticism and the heat in the media because we were having meetings and we wanted to bring him in. And then we don't even sign the guy and he only gets 6 games. So definitely doesn't make you feel great. If we're going to take all that heat, we might as well have just took Deshaun Watson with it. Now Deshaun Watson's going to get 6 games and he's going to be playing the Dolphins week 8. So that's going to be interesting.
And if you're the Browns, you made out like a bandit. If you look at their first 6 games, it's pathetic. I think the Dolphins would go 6-0 if they played the Browns' first 6 opponents. I don't think they're playing one team that's above 500. And I know we had Jacoby Brissett last year, and I know he was terrible, but I don't think he was as bad as we thought. Like, we had a lot of games that we could have and should have won. And granted, it's the same offensive line that Tua had.
Exactly.
That shit was trash, bro. Like, it would not surprise me if the Browns, went 3-3 or 2-4 and then had Deshaun Watson for the rest of the season and for the rest of their life. So they made out like a bandit. But I do want to say this, because after we started 1-7 and Tua, got dropped on his back against Buffalo and broke all of his ribs, I was like, bro, I want Deshaun Watson. Like, I want a franchise quarterback. I'm tired of seeing Tua. Like, I was fed up, and I believe rightfully so. I haven't seen a good quarterback in my entire life.
Ever.
And when a guy like that is like, yo, I want to come to your franchise, I didn't know how to react. So, yeah, I wanted Watson after he started 1-7, and I really wanted Watson after the Tennessee game because that Tennessee game from Tua was pathetic. I know It was wet. I know it was cold. I get that. I understand. He was still pathetic. But I do want to say this. My position has changed on Deshaun Watson. I like how the Dolphins made out. I low-key think it was a blessing that we didn't get him because now we have Tyreek Hill. We were able to re-sign our entire defense, Jalen Waddle, 3 running backs that are all very, very solid. And like I said, we kept our defense together. Now, if Tua goes out there, and by the way, we upgraded the offensive line. Now, if Tua goes out there and he sucks, the Dolphins still have 2 first-round draft picks. They still have draft capital to move up or trade away for any free agent quarterback or any rookie quarterback. Now, I'm petrified of Chris Greer drafting another quarterback.
Yep.
But if Tua sucks, the Dolphins are fine, and they added Tyreek Hill, Teron Armstead, and we kept our whole defense. So we made it. I think the Dolphins made out just fine. And based off what I've been seeing in camp, which we'll get into later, I mean, Tua's starting to look good. So,
yeah, bro.
In hindsight, do you think it was a blessing in disguise that maybe Deshaun Watson's not on the Miami Dolphins?
Yeah, I mean, it is a little like easy to say, like, imagine if we just had Deshaun Watson instead of Tua with this team we have. But there's like a crazy butterfly effect that would have happened if we signed Deshaun Watson. We don't have that extra money laying around to maybe go out and make that Tyreek trade and then make him the highest paid receiver. We don't have that extra money for Armstead. Like, Deshaun Watson got a bag. We saw the contract. That money would have been a lot tighter over here, and the team wouldn't have been as good around him. So I definitely think all of that plays into it. At this point in time, I mean, I'm content. I'm happy. I love what we have. The grass is not always greener on the other side. I think what we've done is build an extremely strong team. And now we're going to hope that Tua takes that 3rd-year step that a lot of quarterbacks take. It's not out of the realm of possibility where say
Right.
Tua takes a third-year step, he's a top 10 quarterback. All of a sudden, it's like, holy shit, we made the best decisions possible. We have a full, complete roster and a quarterback who's not making Deshaun Watson money. So
Right.
in hindsight, it could end up being an unbelievable blessing and it could be the best thing ever. Or Deshaun Watson could go win a Super Bowl in Cleveland and it'll be forever tears, which being a Miami Dolphins fan, I would lean that it probably goes that way just based on what we've seen. But I truly don't think it's terrible.
We're always going to be linked to how Watson's career plays out from here. I think you're right, Scandalo. I think you're right. Just like Drew Brees, just like what's going to happen with Justin Herbert, it could be Deshaun Watson next. I 100% agree with you. It's not like he got drafted to Cleveland, but I mean, we did pass on him, just like Drew Brees. We passed on the trade. Like our doctors said no, and then he went on to the Saints and he won a Super Bowl and, he did his thing. But I agree. If Deshaun Watson goes over there to Cleveland and they start playing in the AFC Championship game every single year, I would be extremely depressed. But what you were saying about Tua, bro, he doesn't even have to be top 10.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
He needs to be top 15.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs to be consistent. If Tua's consistent and plays every game, no injuries, and he's not making those stupid pick sixes like he did against the Jets or those stupid mistakes that we can't stand, I think we're more than okay. I think the Dolphins are in a fantastic position. You really couldn't have gone wrong if you had went with Deshaun Watson, except if we did, we'd automatically lose the first 4 games because there's no way Teddy Bridgewater or whoever our backup quarterback is going to beat New England, beat Baltimore, beat Buffalo, and beat the Bengals. Like, that is just not happening at all. I'm sorry. So we'd essentially throw this season away had we got him and just start over next year. But I'm glad how everything went down. I'm actually more than okay with Deshaun Watson not being on the Miami Dolphins. I've never felt better about it because of the offseason that we had. Now, if we didn't have that offseason, I would be very, very pissed off. Last thing on Watson. So he got 6 games. How do you feel about that? Is that too light? Is that too much?
It's tough, man, because do people start weighing in last year? Like, I know he didn't get suspended last year, but he didn't play a single down last year. And I know that might have been by his choice. See, I know that might have been by his choice, but at the same token, he was being held hostage because Houston also said, we're not trading you and you're also not playing. So that was weird. He already sat out a whole year. I thought it would have been too harsh if they gave him another year this year. That would have been crazy to me. I would have thought a little bit more than 6, though. 8 would have been my guess as to what it all boiled down to. But at the end of the day, he wasn't found criminally guilty. And I don't want to get into the semantics of it. I don't think that Deshaun Watson is a normal guy. I think he's a little bit of a weirdo that gets off to some weird shit. But, 6 games is 6 games. I'm straight with it at the end of the day. I thought it would be a little longer. I'm glad it's not much shorter than that. I think it's fine.
Deshaun Watson too damn horny, bro.
Seriously.
You are too damn horny. I don't even know how you get off that much with a rub and tug. I mean, come on, man. The judge said he was egregious. His actions were egregious. Egregious. That's a big boy word.
Yeah, it is.
This man has a fetish. He spent a lot of time on probably Pornhub, and he saw that one video, and he has to manifest that into his own life.
Yeah,
that man is sick. Behind closed doors, he is a freak. That's just what it is. But for the suspension, because everyone's comparing it to Ridley. Look, I'm a degenerate gambler. I feel bad for Ridley, but I know he didn't play in the game. But if you only give Ridley 4 games, 5 games, imagine how many players are going to start getting bags like, yo, we'll give you $35 million if you start dropping balls, this and that, blah, blah, blah. For gambling, you got to lay down the law. And the difference between Watson and Ridley is the NFL gave Ridley his suspension. His didn't go to court or anything. This was a court ruling. In the NFL, they still have a couple days to they could make it longer if they want, but then it's going to go to an appeal process and it's going to go through all that bullshit. But I think, I think 6. I knew he was never going to get the full year.
No.
I was expecting 8. I thought they were going to set it up so his first game back is against the Dolphins. I thought we were going to get that scam. And the reason why I never thought Watson was going to get 8 is because the owners don't work for the commissioner. You know, like the owners of these teams are not employees. The commissioner works for the owners. And when you have Roger Goodell hanging out with Stephen Ross at Hard Rock Stadium in his suite, he already knew Watson wasn't going to get slammed the whole year. That's why he was willing to take his chances criminally. So I don't see the NFL making it more than 8. I think if they do push it out, it'll be up to 8, but I really think 6 is going to sit. I really think 6 is going to sit.
I think it has to. In the comparison to the Calvin Ridley thing always throws me off because like you said, I think what the NFL had to do with Calvin Ridley is set a precedent because at this day and age, like the number one thing in the world is
Josh
sports
Gordon.
Gambling. Yeah, exactly, bro. Everything is sports gambling. I think the NFL does a deal with DraftKings.
They get sponsored. DraftKings, FanDuel. It's all around it. And bro, me and you know, like we already know half the shit's rigged.
Yeah, exactly.
Like do not fool yourselves. Not every game is rigged, but there's multiple games that are pulling in enough money where they're getting a call. The refs are getting a call like, yo, we're gonna need you tonight, pal.
Yeah, the more you sports gamble, the more you start seeing fishy things, weird nuances that would never happen, and they don't really change the outcome of the game, but like it changes it by 1 point. So all of a sudden the team doesn't cover. Like there's definitely some stuff. And like I was saying, they just have to set that precedent because gambling's only going to get bigger. They're drawing in new audiences that just want to gamble all the time. So they had to say, Calvin Ridley, anything with gambling 1 year. Now this way, everyone else knows if they get tied up in that shit, you're going down and you're going down hard. And I don't think that should be a direct comparison for the Watson thing. Because if you want to talk about precedents, didn't Big Ben get 6 games?
Yep.
Same suspension, not the same act, but similar types of, you're in the same realm of things there.
Right.
So it's not crazy. It makes sense to me. I mean, obviously there's a whole nother conversation with morals and all that, which I don't care to get into, but 6, it kind of just is what it is at this point.
You know why me, you, and other Dolphins fans, we could just sit back and watch other teams play on Sunday? Because we love the product. There's no better product than the NFL.
Not even
and
close.
The worst thing that could happen for the NFL's product is for guys that are on the field playing to start throwing games. Now, Deshaun Watson, his off the field issues, does it look bad on the league? Yeah, but when he's out there making plays on Sunday, the product looks great. When Kareem Hunt's punting a girl in the face, it doesn't sound great for the league, but when he's out there making all these crazy plays, the product looks good. Same with what's his face? Who else did that just happen to? Alvin Kamara. He's going to do 6 games for assaulted battery. No one's even talking about it. It doesn't look good for the league, but when he's on the field, he makes the product jump off the shelf.
Right.
And that's how this shit goes. And that's why I think Ridley got slammed so hard, because if they start affecting the product on the field, off the field, the NFL's moral compass is broken. They don't even have a moral compass, bro. If you could perform on the field, you get away with anything you want, just like the owners do. So that's my last little thing on there. Man, it's a great time to be a Miami Dolphin. It is a great time to be a Miami Dolphin. We got to talk about the obvious. Tua Tagovailoa hitting that throw to Tyreek Hill. I mean, you got people saying it was a setup, everything was fixed, blah, 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 blah. Shut your trap. Look, I am the furthest thing from a Tua stand, but I am a diehard Dolphin fan. If that play did not get you fired up, we do not need you out there on Sunday, bro. I mean, that had me ready to run through a wall. Because all you heard is Tua can't throw the deep ball. Tua can't do that, blah, 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 blah. Oh, he can't hit Tyreek Hill in stride. That ball was over 55 yards in the air in stride, right in the breadbasket. He almost overthrew him. So the arm strength is there.
Yeah.
And now we finally have a wide receiver that could burn your ass deep. And everyone's talking about, oh, busted coverage, blah, blah, blah. That's what happens when you scheme people up correctly. That's what happens when you have a guy like Tyreek Hill that could cook you like that. that just means the offensive scheme was good. If you're breaking coverages, that's good for your offense. That's what you're supposed to do. That fired me up, bro. And I want to make this clear. Just because I saw that video, that doesn't mean I think all of a sudden the Dolphins are going to win 14 games. It's insightful. It's a good feeling to go to see these videos, and it's like, okay, like, yo, we have some real hope, some serious optimism this year, instead of just, walking around all negative Nancy, sour taste in our mouth from last year. It's good. It's refreshing to have those videos. But what did you make of that video? Did it change your expectations at all? Or you just you're kind of just like me, and you're just happy to see it, and you're just itching to see it on Sunday?
Well, funny enough, while that was going on at Dolphins practice, I was at Bills training camp. I live in Rochester. They practice at the college I graduated from. It's 20 minutes away from me. I figured, why not go spy on the enemy? While I'm sitting at Bills practice, I get this DM of this throw, and I immediately stopped everything I was doing at Bills practice. I couldn't give a fuck less who was on that field. I sat there with my phone, and I watched that throw at least 10 times. I was showing my buddies. I was showing my buddies, and they're all like, yo, I'm watching Bills practice right now. Like, I don't want to see Tua throw the ball. And I'm like, yo, you don't understand, though. Like, 65 yards, Tyreek right in the back. Like, this is the throw. And no one cared. It was just me going nuts. But, dude, it was awesome because we hear the stuff about Tua, improved arm strength, working at it this summer. You see the videos from Perform where it's obviously he's putting it out. He's his trainer. He wants to put him in the best spotlight. Well, now you get a fucking video from practice
like
where
candid video, right?
There's no lying here. It was an illegal video. The video had a sign in it that said no photography at practice.
No recording.
Yeah, which was the best thing ever. And it was just amazing to see. And it's just like you said, you don't all of a sudden say, oh my God, Tua's top 10 quarterback now. Dolphins are winning the division. Dolphins are winning the AFC. Like you don't jump that far. What I do in my head is I say, okay, Tua has that in his bag. That is into his bag.
It's in his arsenal, right?
So, and like you were saying, like it was a busted coverage. Get ready to see a lot of busted coverages this year because when that speed comes at you and you have a split second to make your mind up, and if you don't make that mind up right, he's past you and he's fucking gone. And all I've heard is Tyreek's speed is insane. Tyreek said Jalen Waddle's faster than he thought Jalen Waddle was going to be. It's just like all these things. They give me goosebumps, bro. They make me so fucking excited, dude. It's crazy.
It's true. It's unbelievable. But like you said, it's just in his arsenal, and like we had a glimpse of it. We had that Jakeem Grant throw that just, it didn't happen. And then last year, if you remember last year, we had that video during training camp where he threw it to Albert Wilson, but that throw didn't win me over like this one did. Because the one to Wilson, I wasn't impressed with the velocity or the spiral or the ball placement. But, everyone got fired up over it. And, I mean, at the moment, I feel like I was fired up. But I wasn't this fired up because I'm watching Tua drop back, play action. The O-line holds up. He steps up, and he just rips this thing, dude. And it's like the ball didn't stop moving. It's not like it was like, oh, my God, when is this ball going to fall down? Is it going to come down today? Is it going to come down tomorrow? Do I like green eggs and ham? Like, no, that motherfucking thing was on a line, bro. That was a real deal throw. And if we start seeing that on Sundays consistently, I mean, I'm not expecting a 65-yard touchdown every single week, but if we're out there, setting it up through the run, the play action, and the offensive line's holding up, and we're hitting Tyreek in stride, and we're hitting Waddle in stride, and that ball placement's where it needs to be, bro, watch out, dude.
That's what I'm saying. And not even that throw. I mean, that throw was the one that makes your jaw drop that says, oh, shit, what a throw.
Right.
But I saw another clip where he hit Waddle in the back of the end zone at that practice. And then I saw a clip today, which this is what Tua does best, is deliver the ball between the numbers with accuracy. That ball he hit Waddle on the slant where it was just a perfect throw. Like, give me those all year. That's what Tua, and that's what Tua does. We know that's what Tua does. We had questions about the long ball and all that, but those dimes inside the middle of the field, he's going to be slinging those all year this year, and I just can't wait. And that's the thing, that deep threat, that speed is just going to open that middle of the field up so much more because you have to play off him. No one's as fast as Tyreek Hill in the entire league. You're not getting in his face and going one-on-one. Same with Waddle. You're going to have that safety help deep. You're going to have to give these guys help. And that's where the middle of the field, Cedric Wilson, Mike Gesicki, I expect these boys to be feasting in the middle, bro.
Yep. Yep. And I want to add to that. So, I mean, you brought it up, but that throw that Tua made today to Jalen Waddle, I know there's no offensive line. I know it wasn't 11 on 11, but that ball placement is what makes me think, yo, Tua's got a shot, because last year he had his terrible games. He had his terrible throws. And it's just like, I want to strangle this kid, bro. Like, what are you doing? And then he has throws like he did against Buffalo, where he threw one through like triple coverage. I was like, how the hell did that not get intercepted? Then he had that sick throw on the Patriots to Devontae Parker. And then the one to Jalen Waddle against the Titans, the one to Matt Collins against the Jets. And he's made some crazy throws where you're just like, what the? Like,
where did that come from?
That was disgusting. Like, what are you doing? Like, ew. And it's just like, bro, if we had that Tua consistently, we would be so nasty. Like, we would, dude. Like, imagine if we woke up every Sunday not thinking to ourselves, okay, when is Tua going to throw this stupid ass interception and when is he going to fumble the ball?
Yeah.
Because that was inevitable. That was inevitable. Every game, and you could suck his meat every day, but you know that one interception was coming or that one fumble was coming.
You almost wanted it to happen early. You almost wanted him to do it on like the first drive, so it could just be done with.
I'm like, bro, let's get the interception done with in the first quarter. Let's get the interception done with in the second quarter. We'll be straight. But when it happens in the fourth quarter, and it's a pick six against the Jets. Like, oh my God, I fucking hate this guy. But dude, consistent Tua could be a dog. So we need that to be consistent. We also need the offensive line to be consistent. That's my biggest fear. And look, man. I don't like putting this out into the universe, but our depth sucks on the offensive line.
It does.
Ron Armstead is probably going to miss time. Knock on wood. I hope I'm mushing it, but he's never had one full season. So why do you think he's just going to come into Miami and not miss a game? Again, please happen earlier in the season. Like, please get that done with early, because the last thing I want to happen is for us to be in a position to make the playoffs and then not have a full strength go at it, because all that's going to do is just add speculation and, oh, well, if we had him, maybe we could have made it, this and that, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like the Dolphins have been the last 8 years. So I just pray we get all that bullshit out early. But anyway, like we were saying, consistent Tua is the key to this team, and a healthy offensive line. Like, that's really what we need.
The offensive line, you ripped it. That's the question mark every year. I love what we did this year. I think Terran Armstead is an unbelievable addition. Obviously, Connor Williams as well. That depth is a little scary, but I mean, if those boys can come together and be consistent, all that's going to do is help Tua. And the run game is going to help Tua. Like, everything we've done this year, I feel like is just a direct thing that's been done to help Tua and make his life easier. And now if he brings it to the table and steps up and does what he does, sky's the limit, brother. Sky is truly the limit. Like, I'm not taking, like, Dolphins could win the division. I think that everyone just sits here and gives it to the Bills. I get it. And I've been doing, so I'm going to give a shameless plug real quick. I'm going to give a shameless plug. Me, Smoke, a couple of the other boys, we're doing another podcast tonight, 7 o'clock.
7 p.m. 7 p.m. We're doing AFC East preview, best bet breakdown. We're going to be talking our shit on there. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I had to give that. And I've just been looking between the Bills and the Dolphins and all these teams, and every time I do one that's key additions, key departures, just to kind of see what they're looking at, there's not many teams in the league that's up there with the Dolphins of what we've added. In the Bills last year, and I know I'm going to say this shit later, but the Bills last year played the easiest schedule in football. Like, there's a world where the Dolphins come out and win this division this year, and I need people to realize that. I'm not sitting here saying it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen, but there's a world where it does, and I could like see it come into fruition. I'm not confident, 100% confident it will, but I could see it. Stay tuned for later tonight. We'll be talking that shit.
Real quick, because this is what Waddle is adding on to what I said. And I agree with you, but I'm just saying, if we're not healthy in that like window stretch to make the playoffs, then you'll hear that, oh, blah, 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 blah. Well, if we were healthy, we would have won. I agree with you. If Tua sucks in a must-win game, I don't care if Helen Keller and Ron Jeremy are the starting left and right tackles, bro.
What a combination.
He's got to step up and find a way to help win the game. I'm with you on that, Waddle. But to add to your point, you were talking about that we could win the division. You said something else though. What was it? So we could win the division.
I said Bill's strength of schedule sucks. I don't know about that. I
Right.
said
That's it.
oh,
That's it. Bang, bang, bang. I remember that. I got it. If we beat the Bills week 3, and this is me saying we're already going to beat the Pats, because if we don't beat the Pats week 1, I just don't talk to me. The show's canceled. Show's canceled. If we beat the Buffalo Bills week 3, I will put $1,000 on the Miami Dolphins to win the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
That's all I need to see. I need to see us beat Buffalo. I don't care. We don't have to win in Buffalo on the road. We're not going to sweep Buffalo. We beat them one time since 2017. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. But if we go out on our home turf and we handle our business and we get through those first 4 games 2-2, 3-1, we're talking shit, boys. Like we're fucking here. The Miami Dolphins train is here. Now on the other spectrum, the Dolphins who start 1-3, 0-4, and I will kill myself. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I would do if this roster went 1-3, 0-4. But if we beat Buffalo week 3, I am balls deep.
It's
on the Miami Dolphins. Like we could be the Bengals type shit, but actually win that motherfucker.
If we beat Buffalo at home, I can't wait for December 18th when Smoke's up here in Buffalo and all the shit we're going to be talking.
And
because it'll be up at that point. It'll be up at that point. If we beat the Bills and we start off and we're firing, I can't wait. It'll make my life so great. All I want in this world, because all I see every day is Bills fans, Josh Allen, this, that. I ran into the Bills GM yesterday playing golf. It's like, yo, I don't care about these people. I want to be able to shit talk these people. But right now I can't. Right. I have nothing in my arsenal. Like, what can I say to a Bills fan right now? There's really nothing in it. So
dude, I was in a space the other day and they're just talking shit. It's like, what do you want me to say? What can I say?
And that's
I was on my boy Stephen D's show this morning, and his boy Roach was on there. He's in New York too.
Okay.
And I told them the story about when you were a kid at the Dolphin game and they started stabbing the stuffed dolphin animal and threw it at you. And this man Roach was telling me that they put stuffed dolphins in the urinal and just piss on them.
Bro, I could imagine. I'm sure that happens. I think I've said that on here before, but when I go to a Bills Dolphins game in Buffalo, and I have to go to the bathroom, I get in there as fast as humanly possible and out as fast as humanly possible, because that's where I've seen people getting fucked up in the bathroom. Like even just Bills fans. Like you'll walk into a bathroom and it'll be 2 Bills fans like duking it out. These people don't give a fuck. They're wild animals. They have nothing in life, and they finally have the Bills, so they get to talk that shit. But I can't wait until my Dolphins beat them, and I finally have it in my arsenal, and I can humble them, because they've been like us kind of, but worse. Like the Bills have been miserable for all this time, and now they have all this hope and confidence, and they just talk different now. They think they can come up to you and just talk shit. But still, at the end of the day, you haven't won shit. You still haven't won a Super Bowl. But once my Dolphins start beating them Bills, we're going to have all this shit to talk again, and I can't wait for it, bro.
I want us to start treating them how they treat us. Like when they come to Miami, I want to shit on them. But the thing is, they take over our stadium. So it's hard to do that. And it pisses me off. Oh, my. It's like every time I go into that game, I know I'm outnumbered in my own crib, bro.
It's crazy.
It's a fucking joke, dude. It's pathetic. And I don't know how I could help change that. I don't know how. And the problem is no one ever that's born in South Florida is like, oh, let me move up to fucking Buffalo. Yeah, let me move up to Buffalo. But no, all those miserable bums who are tired of shoveling snow off their driveway at 6 a.m. No offense, Bobby.
I was going to say,
let me move down to South Florida and let me just take my trash ass team with me. That's why the fuck all these bums are showing up in our stadium. It just gets me so mad, and it's got me. Let me relax. I hate them. I really do. I think I hate them more than anyone else in the division.
Oh, I mean, for me, that's a no-brainer. But, dude, that's the only Dolphin. That's the only time I've ever been to Hard Rock Stadium for a Dolphins game. I got to see them lose 35-0 to the Bills last year.
Oh, nice.
It's the only time I've gotten to go to Hard Rock for a game. I did get the stadium tour once. It was dope. But other than that, I've seen the Dolphins lose 35-0, And then I saw Miami lose to Michigan State last year. Kenneth Walker went crazy.
Nice. Oh, training camp. Absolutely love it. Tyreek Hill wearing the orange practice jersey.
Yes, sir.
I mean, dude, I think we're here. And I don't want to keep sipping this Kool-Aid, bro. I feel like I'm always getting caught sipping the Dolphins Kool-Aid every single time. Every practice video, I get drunker and drunker and drunker off the Kool-Aid. Do you think they're selling us too much hope, too much optimism? Or do you think it's a blend of, okay, they're selling us, but the product's also just as real?
Exactly that. I mean, every year they're going to sell it. I mean, they need to make the money. They need to sell tickets. They need to sell jerseys. They want people going to MiamiDolphinsShop.com, Fanatics, buying the gear. So they're going to
That's
sell
me.
us hope every year. Like, they're going to sell it to us on a platter. We're going to eat it up, and then we're going to see what goes on from there. But this is a year where there's actually talent in the door. Like, these aren't just – they're not just selling us Kool-Aid. Like, moves have been made. Like, we are trending in a positive direction, and we're getting to see it at training camp. And like you said, man, like, we're here. Like, football is
We're
here.
here.
So our team looks great. I'm optimistic. There's a fucking football game on TV this Sunday. The Hall of Fame game.
The Hall of Fame game
this
this Sunday?
I believe it's this Sunday. Like, we are fucking here. I can feel it.
We're here.
I can feel it, bro. Oh,
I can't wait to turn on my TV and just see the Miami Dolphins on there. God.
What's the Sunday morning routine look like for you if you're not going to the game? If you're chilling at the cribbo?
This year it's gonna be different. So this year I'm gonna be going live like Sunday mornings, all that, blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
But before, I mean, I'm waking up, I'm pounding brews, I'm looking at the lines, I'm getting fired up, I'm going to Publix, I'm grabbing dips, I'm grabbing chips, I'm grabbing burgers, I'm grabbing wings, ordering food, talking shit, getting everyone fired up, going on Twitter Spaces, listening to everyone. The one thing I don't do is watch ESPN or any of those pregame bullshit scams.
Hell no.
All they do is cloud my judgment. As you guys know, I love betting. The worst thing you could do as a bettor is ever watch ESPN or any of those fraud ass networks that are all being paid by Vegas to feed you bullshit lies. So I just get my own information. I'm chugging beers. I'm playing the Miami Dolphins fight song over and over and over and over again. I FaceTime all my boys. I give them a pep talk. I give them a fired up speech. I love that Sunday morning. Like, I fly out of bed. Like, dude, I'm up 7 a.m. crack of dawn, just ready to get physical. Physical. Does not matter who we're playing. The only time is Buffalo. Like, when we're playing in Buffalo, I could care less to wake up that day.
I feel you, bro. That anxiety that you get from like 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. till kickoff is like, I can't wait to have it. It's the best feeling in the world. You're searching through the lines. You're looking at the books. Your buddy texts you. All of a sudden, he's got a no doubt 6-point teaser that you need to get in ASAP. Like,
the teasers are butter.
Oh, bro, I love it. You have to go to garbage Publix. I get to go to Wegmans, which is much better, much classier, just a finer establishment.
We don't tolerate Publix disrespect. We don't tolerate Publix disrespect. You could feel some type of way. You're not gonna come up on here talking shit about fucking Publix, dog. That's crazy. Crazy. Who goes to a store named Wegmans? Wegmans. You sound like a peasant. Wegmans. Fuck out of here talking shit about Publix. I'll let you come back on, but that's just out of pocket, bro. You got to understand our audience. No one shops at Wegmans.
You guys are from South Florida. I feel bad for you genuinely that you don't have a Wegmans in your area yet.
Wegmans.
Waddle. It's Wegmans. Wegams. Wegmans. Unbelievable.
What's a Wegmint?
It's a last name, brother. It's a last name.
They're
expanding.
Like
so I'm hoping that at some point you guys get one down there. It would honestly change your life. It would change your life. Like, what's so good about Publix? Wegmans does it 10 times better.
They don't.
I promise you. The subs are better. The fresh food is better. The groceries are better.
Cap.
Everything is nice. Everything is organized. It's a little expensive.
You think their subs are better?
Yes. Oh, yes.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I've
What'd you
had
get?
public subs. I got a pub sub.
You probably don't know how to order a public sub. You probably just get chicken tender sub with nothing on it. Like that's how you probably roll. You don't get
Nah,
it
bro.
toasted. You don't get the
I got it
provolone cheese. You
toasted.
don't get the
I got
buffalo
it
ranch.
tossed in the
Like
buffalo. They put the blue cheese crumbles in there. I told the worker, I was like, I've never been here. I need to get hooked up. So they put me on, and they said that was the one. I had it. It was good. I'm not going to front. The public subs are good. That's the one spot where I'll say you guys are solid. The subs were good, but Wegmans just does things a little better over here, baby. You'll get to see it at some point. I can't wait. I'll get you a blue light and everything.
you don't have the dolphin beer cans though at
No,
Wegmans.
unfortunately. They put the Bills logos on them, and I refuse to buy them. You'll never.
Yeah,
I don't care
dude.
what team it is. I'm not buying a
Refuse.
Bills beer.
Refuse, dude.
No shot.
And honestly, like I'm not a Bud Light advocate, but when they do slap that Miami Dolphins logo on that thing, they
Facts.
sell me every time. Like if you're going to the game, like I like a nice Floridian IPA.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll grab that. Don't get me wrong, but like when I'm walking out of the store and I just see the Miami Dolphins logo dead smacked ass on that bottle, I'm like, I need it. And you can't go wrong with the buds. You know, like you buy a 24 pack of Bud, you're giving them out to your boys, you're straight, and then you have the Percy pack. You got your IPA or whatever your preference is. So it works out. I mean, you see the Dolphins logo on a beer can, you buy it. It's that simple.
Simple. It's the easiest. It's the best marketing I think they've ever done. Like, I don't need to see a different color can. I don't need to see any of this. It doesn't need to taste any different. If you just slap this here logo on that can, I'm buying that beer every Sunday and I'm drinking the fuck out of it.
You want to hear my invention? And you guys could honestly, I mean, I hope you don't steal it. And it's probably bad that I'm putting it out here. I know business 101. It's like, don't share your invention. But dude, what if they just, and I don't even smoke anymore, but when I was burning, like, dude, what if they just started slapping like NFL team logos or slogans like on J-Papes? Like in your filter, it's got the Miami Dolphins logo. It says fins up. Like you were blazing.
I'm buying
but
it.
They're not going to give you the licensing for it until it's legal everywhere. But bro, when it's legal everywhere, which I think is inevitable, I think it will become legal everywhere. Like, dude, like I think I'm a millionaire. I think everyone in this chat just got a lot richer because like any stoner that likes NFL football, like imagine your cone just says fins up.
It would be fire. And we already talked about gambling, how it's the biggest thing in the world. Weed's right there with it. Like one of the biggest growing industries in the world. Wait till they sign a fucking contract with the
Welcome
NFL.
To America. Welcome to America, where the future is smoking dope and betting sports, baby. Oh my God.
Sounds a lot like my life.
Genius.
Seriously.
Well, we got a couple other things at training camp. Who's been stepping up lately? You were talking about someone. Who?
Bro, Trill Williams. I've been seeing Trill Williams' name everywhere, which is dope because obviously our top two corners are complete and utter studs. I don't know if Trill is more of a corner or a safety, to be honest with you. He's listed as a safety on the depth chart, but I think he plays corner. And regardless of that fact, us already having like 4 very, very good starters in the secondary, looking for that extra depth piece. Like everyone wants it to be Noah Igbenogany. Every year he's the one balling out. But it's nice to see a new name, Trill Williams. If we can get a depth player in the secondary, that'd be beautiful. Because Xavier misses games here or there. Byron, he's always a little bit banged up. So getting an extra name out there sounds good to me. I think he had a pick today in practice, was what I saw.
I'll take it. We need as much depth as possible. I just wish someone on the offensive line would step up like that. Because we drafted, what's his name?
Eichenberg?
No, we didn't draft him. He's undrafted. Last name is Dishik or Daish or something. But the dude's like 6'7", like 320. And his biggest knock was not having long enough arms. But I feel like if this dude has a solid training camp and he's 6'7", like we have a lot of undrafted guys on our team. Alec Ingold was undrafted.
Alec Ingold's a beast.
Who else was, dude? I feel like a bum. What's his name? Sam, our linebacker. How do you say his last name? E-G.
Ignu or something. I know what you're saying. Iganu or something.
He had a great preseason game against the Falcons. I can't remember his last name. We have a couple guys that have went undrafted. That I think Raheem Mostert might have been undrafted. That could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But
So
I
I'm
know we
not
have a couple
positive.
guys that are undrafted, and I hope one of those guys steps up because, dude, if this guy that's 6'7" and he could play tackle, I mean, I don't care if we completely whiffed on AJ. If you find a gem, an undrafted free agent, and he turns into a starter, you hit the lottery.
Oh yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter if that player comes from the first round, the second round, a trade, a undrafted. Just give me guys, man. And if they're out there doing their thing and they earn their spot on the roster, I mean, that's a win. You'd obviously like to see Austin Jackson, who you just brought up, pan out and be the guy, but it's not looking the best. So if someone wants to come take that spot, by all means, bro, go earn that thing. I'd love to see it. But one thing I don't want this year is I can't do the musical chairs offensive line, man.
No.
I can't do that shit again. Like we need to build chemistry on that O line this year.
Yep. And that's all we did last year. We just dance, musical chairs, dance, and it sucked. It never worked. And shout out to my boy Sean, but he's like, I want that shit figured out next week. He said, I want to know who the starting offensive line is by next week. We didn't even know who our starting offensive line was until ever. I don't think we ever
Until
knew
we
who was going
ended
to be
up
the starting
playing.
five.
Yeah,
Yeah.
until we got to the game day and we saw who came out for the first snap. That was when we figured it out. But yeah,
Yeah,
this
you
year I'm
can't
hoping for
have
a little
that.
consistency, man. If we can get some consistency on that offensive line, everyone playing their position and just like be average. If we
Yep.
can just go out there and be average on the offensive line, we're
We'll be
making
so good.
insane improvements. So I think
Yep.
Armstead and Williams are two guys that are going to come in and obviously battle and make the rest of the line better. So hopefully that can be encouraging and we could put that to bed because that's been something that's been with us for how long? When's the last time the Dolphins had a brick wall up front? I can't remember recent times.
2016 when we made the playoffs and then Ryan Tannehill couldn't play and then Matt Moore got crucified. Yeah, those were good times. AJ actually got put on his ass the other day by Phillips. Jalen
Phillips is going to be
Phillips
a
put him
dog
put
this
him on his
year.
apps. He folded him like a futon, which is a win and loss
I say it's
because
yeah, exactly.
like Phillips, that boy gonna be defensive player of the year. That boy gonna have 13 sacks on him. Talking about, I'll take that. Like if he's getting crumbled by Jalen Phillips, like I'll live with that as long as he's not getting crumbled every play on Sunday.
Yeah.
But it's kind of concerning because the Bills, they got Von Miller. I mean, they got a good defense over there. So I mean, I don't want to see him getting blown up too much, but I've heard AJ's had a pretty solid camp so far, but they also haven't had pads on yet, and that's why
Yeah.
I'm not sipping the Kool-Aid. Any offensive line is going to look good until they put the pads on.
Yep.
And for Tua and Tyreek, again, I already told you guys how I felt about that video. I love that video, but I'd like to see it in pads. Like I want to see if the ball flies the same in pads. And I know he's a professional quarterback, but the pads make a difference, bro. That's why you got practice players and you got game players. It is what it is. So I'd like to see it live. And for the offensive line, like, I don't care how they look until the pads are on. I don't care. You could tell me he's having a great camp, this and that. Until the pads are on and I see him getting after each other, I don't want to hear it, and I definitely do not believe it.
Yeah, dude. Nothing. And as far as like a in the trenches, offensive line, defensive line, none of that matters until pads are on. It's like, how do you evaluate two guys that are supposed to be clashing into each other full force without pads on? You truly
Right.
can't do that at this point. So it's going to be a wait and see there. You did just bring up the Bills again. I got to tell a funny story from the camp that I was at. So I went to Bills camp. It was fine. It was whatever. Josh Allen throws the fuck out of the ball. It's kind of amazing to see. But at the end of practice, they're getting near the end. They're doing some like red zone drill. Jordan Phillips, former Miami Dolphin, hits Josh Allen. Josh Allen's carrying the ball. He hit him. Josh didn't like it. Josh shoved him right back. All of a sudden, the whole team's fighting, lined their ass up on the line, and ended practice. I think Jordan Phillips might be a Dolphins spy, Dolphins secret
They
agent
ended
over there.
practice after that?
Bro, they made the whole team, including the coaches, every single coach got on the line and they ran sprints and then they quit and then they ended practice.
Damn.
And
In front of everyone.
and if I was the head coach, I would have cut Jordan Phillips' ass on spot because when they went
All
to run,
day.
no, even worse, when they went to run sprints after, he finished last in every sprint. I would have made a scene of him on the field and been like, bro, you just made us all run. You are out. Like, you are gone. See you later, dude.
Nah, keep
Without
him over there. We
Yeah,
need him.
true.
We need him
Keep
over
him
there.
hitting Josh. I'm down for that.
We need him. We need him to hold it down. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for today's episode. Yo, you guys absolutely blew up the chat. Thank you
Yeah,
guys
you
so
did.
much. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Put some people on, man. We could use all the support we could get. I just can't wait for this season to start. The shit
Yes.
that we're gonna give to you guys is it's gonna be truly remarkable. And you guys know me, John Ruiz. He's in the chat. I'm already sending him to a Dolphins game. I'm always looking to give back to my community and our community. So again, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Seriously, I know Bobby appreciates it as well.
Absolutely.
And we will see you guys on Wednesday, 5 p.m. Be there or be a square. Fins up. Oh,
Fins up,
7
baby.
p.m. AFC East preview best bets. Be there.
Yes, sir.